memes and all those other joints, man. It's Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense, and I figured I'd log in early, just a few minutes, just to say what's happening. Check on you guys. I don't get a chance to chat with y'all too often and get your feedback, all that stuff. So we're about really 8 minutes out before my normal time. Let's check first of all to see if the sound is working. So if you can hear me, let me know. And I also want to make sure the chat's working. So if you can, just type in one or two things in the chat box. Let's see here. I see Dennis. Dennis said it's all good. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So let me know where you guys are from. I mean, I like to check in with y'all, see what's going on. So, all right, I see. All right, Iris is in the house. Sandy, okay. All right, Anita, David. All right, now, here we go. We coming in full steam ahead. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe YouTube is sending out some messages and stuff. Northeast Ohio. That's what I'm talking about. Up north. Got our hands round y'all throat. Yeah, man. We play some good football up here. All right, Princess. All right, Lloyd. There's Dawn, the #1 stunner, Great Lakes Rebel. There we go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, yeah, I like to make sure that I leave room to say what's happening to y'all. And, of course, sometimes I miss some questions and some comments during my live show. And when I go back and read them at night, I crack up, man. Y'all have me busting a gut, man, saying some funny stuff. And last night when I was talking about Joe Biden going, and what's up? You know what? Guess what? Man, soon as I'm mad that I missed it. Because when I was watching the clip in my head, that same thought that some of y'all said popped up in my head. When he was saying, guess what? All I saw was chicken butt, cracking up. I was cracking up over chicken butt. And I'm thinking to myself, man, how did I let that one slide? I'm mad. I'm slipping, man. I'm slipping. There's no way I should have let chicken butt go. Somebody said, never Nikki playing the race card. Yes, she is. Straight up. I don't know what's going on up there with the New Hampshire elections, or I guess it's tonight, right? But we'll see. Hopefully she get her butt beat and go home somewhere and sit down, because I'm sick of her. I don't even know why she's out there running around still. Unreal. But we're going to be talking about her butt tonight, along with some other things. Now, I'm not going to prolong it too much longer. I think we got enough people to get the party started. Let me see, what time is it? It's 6:54. So we can go ahead and start a couple minutes early. And then people will come in. They ain't going to miss much except my intro. If this is your first time watching my live stream, please hit that like button. Share my videos on other social media platforms. Don't forget to check out Kevin's Corner store, which I'll mention that after I get loose. Real gorilla. There's some teams in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Now I see some people in there typing Vivek for VP. I think Trump might be leaning towards that. I'm not sure. We'll see. And hopefully, Vivek will, if he is picked to be in the cabinet somehow, somewhere, hopefully he will hold true to his statements and his beliefs along the campaign trail. I know a lot of people got their questions about him. I personally like him. We'll see. I always say, look, you burn your own bridge. We give you some rope and see if you hang yourself with it. And until he does that, we'll see. We got a couple good ones, though, that might be potential VPs. Even though I love Carrie Lake, I don't think she really wants to be VP right now. I think she wants to shoot for the Senate. What is the one lady from New York? I forget her name. She's great too. There's some decent VPs out there. Vivek definitely is in the runnings, but then you got other people too. I think there's several people who will make great vice presidents. So we'll see what happens, what Trump decides. There was a rumor that Tucker Carlson was in the mix, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But before we get into all of that, don't forget, check out Kevin's Corner store. And also, don't forget to text 330-974-4607. Text MAGA to that number. So this way, if something strange should take place, then, on this channel, I'll be able to connect with y'all. Elise, yeah, Stephanic. I like her too. I do. I like her too. There's some decent ones out there. So we'll see. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this mess tonight. But I think we maybe got a couple hours left on my fundraiser link before I have to reset it for next month. So if you want to, you can hit a last minute buzzer beater to donate to my channel to help support and offset the lack of, exposure that YouTube is giving me. Now, let's get into this because y'all, guess what? Guess what? In the words of Joe Biden, Trump made a gaffe, y'all. Oh, well, I'm glad I caught this before we got too far into it. Yeah, I didn't turn my notifications off on my teleo phone. Let me get that right there. Now, so Trump made a gaffe, y'all. He made a gaffe. I mean, what can we do? Oh, my God. It's over. It's over, guys. Let's throw the towel in. Let's abandon him immediately. And let's go and pick Joe Biden, the one who never makes gaffes. Let's go pick him. Yeah, I mean, he's only nicknamed the Gaffe Machine just because, for fun, farts and giggles, that's all. So Trump makes a gaffe, and it's very clear that he's in mental decline. He's in mental decline, just like when he had a hard time walking down those slippery steps. He has cerebral palsy or something, I don't know, rickets, a little bit of Ball's palsy or whatever. I mean, he was suffering from all kind of stuff. When he had a problem with the glass, he was drinking water with two hands. That obviously meant that he was suffering from all kind of, neurological issues. That's what all that meant. Yeah, there you go. So he had a gaffe. Let's see what the gaffe is, because, see, the media came out immediately and jumped all over that gaffe real fast. Let's see what he said.
When she comes here, she gets like 9 people, and the press never reports the crowd,
Oh.
By the way, they never report the crowd on January 6th. Nikki Haley, did you know they destroyed all of the information, all of the evidence, everything, deleted and destroyed all of it, because of lots of things. Like Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people.
No. You hear that? Trump is calling Nancy Pelosi Nikki Haley. In my mind, I'm like, same person, okay? Same person. Nikki Haley, Nancy Pelosi, same thing. But nonetheless, he made a gaffe, man. Now, I'm thinking to myself, Trump was just talking about Nikki Haley, so I'm pretty sure Nikki Haley was top of mind, in the words of Black Gay Drop. I'm pretty sure it was top of mind, right? Unlike Joe. But nonetheless, he goes and he transitions from talking about Nikki Haley to Nancy Pelosi. But because Nikki Haley's top of mind, he keeps her, as the main subject. Now, I was able to make the transition as soon as he started talking about, describing the situation. I'm going, he's talking about Nancy Pelosi. But he didn't catch it because Nikki Haley was fresh on his mind. But hey, no excuse, right? It's a gaffe, okay? It's a gaffe. Let's continue.
Soldiers, National Guard, whatever they want, they turned it down. They don't want to talk about that. These are very dishonest people.
Is any of Trump's supporters, are they noticing these gaffes, especially, as Trump, who is 77 years old, has attacked Biden, who's 81, as being too old and mentally unfit, and here he is mixing up Nancy Pelosi and Nikki Haley.
Stop the press, y'all. So let's trade in Trump's 1 or 2 gaffes for Joe Biden's uncountable gaffes. We can't count the amount of gaffes that this man had. So let me see. You're saying that we should see these gaffes and throw the towel in with Trump and revert back to a man who is a gaffe machine. Oh, baby. He's Biden. Dun, dun, dun. He's a gaffe machine. That's right. You're telling me that we'll be better off with multiple gaffes every single day. Every time he comes out to the microphone, he's dropping nothing but gaffes all over the place. So Trump is not a better candidate than Biden. And because he said a gaffe once in a while, which I can understand how he transitioned into that gaffe because of what he was talking about before he gaffed. But Biden has unscripted, unprompted gaffes all over the place. He's just gaffing for no reason. There you go, gaffing for no reason. But now they want us to abandon our candidate because he had a gaffe. Look at this. Are you Trump supporters even paying attention to this? My question is the media paying attention to what we're about to see, since they want to go ahead and compare apples to oranges? Okay, here we go.
The Nikki Haley thing
That one
was disturbing. We talked about this on Friday about Obama and all his problems, and there was actually some poor guy who said, "Oh, they're making things up now to distract from Joe Biden." No, what? Not trying to distract from Joe Biden. Joe Biden's doing just fine.
What did he just say? What did Beaker just say? Did he just say Joe Biden was doing just fine? Well, you know, guys, I got a bad feeling about this.
Putin may circle Kyiv with tanks, but he'll never gain the hearts and souls of the Iranian people.
There you go. Joe Biden's doing just fine. See, now they don't show Joe's gaffes all over the place. I could follow and track him down based on the gaffes that he leaves behind. All right, there's one right there. He's close. He's close. The gaffes are getting bigger. They're getting bigger, I'm pretty sure. We don't need no dang on German shepherds or no bloodhounds. Just follow the gaffes and you'll find him. But nonetheless, this is what they're trying to make us believe, that Joe's doing just fine.
It's hard to tell, but he's clearly losing the war in Iraq. He's losing the war at home. How do we get to the place where, Putin decides he's going to just invade Russia? Nothing like this has happened since World War II.
Wow. So Putin's invading himself? There you go. I mean, it's obvious because he did blow up his own pipeline. Yeah, how it is. Self-destruction. He's headed for self-destruction. So where was Joe and Mika? Where was CNN when all of these gaffes were just laid out for their pleasures? They could have dedicated the 365 days out of the year solely on Joe's gaffes instead of all of it being about Trump. Trump's a white man. Trump's a racist. You hear what Trump said today? Trump. That's all we hear all day. But wait a minute. Maybe Joe and Mika needs to see this little montage that I put together. Send it to him.
And the order, and that increases the total vaccine order in the United States by 50%, from 400 million order to 600 million. This is enough vaccine to fully vaccinate 300 Americans.
That's it. We done wasted our money. Good grief. So wait, we had to order 400 something million of those vaccinations, but let me see, 400, 300, how many Americans? Let me do the math on that. Let me see something here. Maybe that wasn't a gap. Maybe Joe's just, is that funny math?
By 50%, from 400 million order to 600 million.
Not orders, 400 million order to 600 million order. Okay, here we go.
This is enough vaccine to fully vaccinate 300 Americans.
Wow. So each American, let me see, divide that 600 million at 300 Americans. You divide that. I think each American will probably have to get at least 5 or 6 million shots. Those 300 people, there you go. All right, this is your, 752 millionth shot right here. So, yeah, there you go. That's what Joe was talking about, but nobody covered that? No. Okay, here we go.
But we want to make, look, I want to repeat, it'll be enough to fully vaccinate 300 Americans.
And he repeated it. He ran that gaffe back. So now, just because Trump went on talking about Nikki Haley, here's Joe talking about, I'm gonna repeat it. Just so you can understand, okay? No, not a joke, okay? 300 people, okay? We're making progress, 300 people. No Mika, no CNN, no Joe, none of that. Okay, Beaker wasn't around when this happened. Notice they never cover his gaffes because, see, that would only confirm Trump's jokes and statements on the campaign trail about how blew out Joe is. See, so if they covered the gaffes, then that right there would help Trump and hurt Joe. So we already know. We already know that they are one big fat propaganda network because, see, you're telling me they didn't recognize all of these gaffes that I'm looking at? I don't own MSNBC. I don't have a program director and I don't have people doing research for me. I don't have that. I just go right online. I go right online and pull them right off. That easy. So you're telling me they can't get hold of all of these gaffes? Unreal.
Visit vaccines.gov.
There you go.
Vaccines.gov.
Ran that one back too. Vaccines.gov. Boy, he's dumb. Talking about some gum. Let's continue.
Replace every lead pipe in America so every child, when they turn on the faucet, can drink clean water and there's no brain damage.
And no blame damage, y'all. We don't want the babies to have brain damage. Man. Can drink clean water and there's no brain damage. Yeah, like he has. See, he must have been drinking some lead water from day one. Instead of feeding baby Joe with milk, they put some lead water in there. All right, there you go, baby Joe. Drink up. There you go. Nice and healthy. What? Now I got brain damage, Mom. Unreal.
Siemens Corporation laid off workers who were making wind turbine parts and put the plant in Iowa and Kansas into what they now call, they refer to as hibernation. I hibernated in a while, Iowa for a while, but look.
And so,
yeah, it looks like you're still hibernating in your brain. There it is. That brain right now is like Big Bird. Hey, wake up! Shut up, Joe. I'm sleeping. I've been hibernating for about 10 years. What are you doing? Let me be. So let's continue, because here's Joe and Mika back.
the confusion just continues.
There's just really no comparison.
None?
And the character of the country, in my view, is literally on the ballot. What kind of country we're going to be? 4 more years of George.
Who?
George, he's going to find ourselves in a position where.
And so.
So there's no comparison, y'all. See, only Trump mixes up names, right? See, no comparison. So yeah, it's no comparison when it comes down to how fake these networks are. I mean, Kevin's Corner's dropping nothing but truth and exposing these lies. But I don't get the airtime that Joe and Mika get, and there's no comparison. Let's continue.
I think that, one of the reasons I appointed Vivek Murthy, Admiral Murthy,
Who?
to become
Vivek
the solicitor.
That's not my name.
Become the guy
That's not my name. That's not my
piece
name.
of this operation is because he
Danny
understands
Vice.
it. The solicitor,
exponentially.
Wait a minute. He what? Solicit. He's a what?
The solicitor,
Solicitor. Excuse me. See, he says it and trails off and kind of mumbles under his breath because he can't get the word right. And then he just goes into excuse me, or he goes into anyway. Never mind. I'm taking up too much time. These are his ways of getting around his gaffes and his mental decline. He can't pronounce the word. He kind of mumbles it under his breath. Then he'll go ahead and say, excuse me, or anyway. There you go. But Joe and Mika, they're so smart, they're dumb. Or is it they're so corrupt, they're not really highlighting all of this stuff?
Exponentially.
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 Exponentially. Exponentially.
Exponentially.
Exponentially.
Exponentially.
Exponentially.
Exponentially.
Exponentially.
Exponentially.
Wow. He done had a lot of surgery, y'all. I mean, one of those clips I just saw, the baloney spots. Remember that baloney you used to get? Well, I don't know what was in it. It had green stuff and red and stuff like that. All kind of picks and stuff. I don't know what it was. Had a little red strip around each one of the baloney, meats. I'm going, what is this? Why I got to rip off this red piece of plastic? And why does it have green and red and stuff all in? That looks like his whole head was made of that baloney. That's what it looked like in one of those clips. Where'd that baloney stuff go? How'd that get missing? That's what I'm saying. How much plastic surgery took place to get rid of the baloney forehead? That's all I'm saying. Do they even still make that baloney? That's my question. What's the name of that baloney? Boy, I tell you, I hated that baloney, man. My mom bring that crap home. I'd be looking at it like, what's this? It's baloney, boy. Eat it. I don't remember baloney having no green olive and red stuff. Boy, you better eat this baloney. See? Can't never get no. But anyway, let's continue. Because here's Joe talking about exponentially.
Exponentially.
And guess what? Hardly anybody paid attention. but I'm paying attention. We're investing in America and American workers. In 2022 alone, we awarded nearly $70 billion to small disadvantaged businesses because of that law.
Because of that law. Because of that claw. What is he talking about? See? But the media, they don't see this. They don't catch any of these gaffes. It's Trump who's in mental decline. Yeah, see, it's hard to pay attention to Trump's gaffes as a Trump supporter when I am bombarded and overwhelmed by Joe's gaffes. See, you're telling me y'all want us to lose our attention. Here we are looking at all these gaffes. We're captivated by Joe's gaffes. I mean, 100% entertainment 24/7 because of Joe's gaffes. And Trump makes one, and we're supposed to just go, hold on for a second. Oh, crap. Trump made a gaffe. Oh, man. Let's run over here. Let's go ahead and stay focused on Trump and his gaffes. Yeah, you would be let down if you tried to catch Trump making gaffes because they're few and far in between. But you would be well pleased. You would get every bit of your money's worth if you turn on any clip of Joe Biden expecting gaffes. You would be like, dude, man, I tell you, I can't laugh no more. I can't laugh at the gaffes anymore. That gaffe movie was hilarious from start to finish. As soon as I sat down in my chair, couldn't even eat the popcorn. As soon as I went to put kernel in my mouth, I almost choked because of the gaffe started right off grip. During the credits at the end, still hitting me with gaffe after gaffe. Almost died in there. Almost died laughing. That's how many gaffes this guy drops. Constantly. Like galore.
Because of that law.
Because of that law. The big pharma's still going to do very well, I promise y'all.
Okay.
I promise you they're going to do very well.
Good.
This law also.
That lasso also
Caps and won't even
The
go into
coleslaw.
effect. As part of the supercharged moonshot, I'll use my authorities as
Moonshot.
president to increase funding to break log jams.
to break log jams, to break jaws. Unbelievable. Here he is talking about some log jams.
To break log jams.
As a matter of fact, they're supposed to be paying a minimum of 21%. 21%. That's what the tax law says.
Yeah,
That's what the tax law says.
that's what the tax law says. There it is. Dead serious too. That's what the tax law says.
So this talent pipeline challenge, these partnerships, we're regaining the momentum and taking back our competitive edge.
See.
And the United States is going to win. In addition to the bipartisan infrastructure.
What the crap was that? In addition to the bipartisan, couldn't get it out. When in doubt, trail off, mumble. That's all he does. Little under the mumble jumbo man. There it is. When in doubt, go mumble jumbo man. So he went mumble jumbo man on that one.
That means even if you live in a state where the extremist Republicans are not running the show, your right to choose, your right to privacy would still be at risk if this law would pass.
Yeah. Those extreme MAGA Republicans, the extremists, and the blah. Unreal. So here he is talking about some blah. Yeah, that's what he's saying. Blah, blah, blah. That's what we're getting out of him. Blah, blah, blah.
If this law would pass, these are passed nationally.
And polling still shows that more Americans than not still disapprove of your handling of the economy. So what specifically will you do this year to turn that around and make Americans feel better about how the economy is doing?
If you notice,
Why does Joe look scared? Joe's sitting there like, oh man, I'm on my own for a second. I gotta go for it. So now he gotta explain why the Americans aren't falling for Bidenomics.
they're feeling much better about how the economy is doing.
We are.
Look, we're talking about real money here to save people. It's just going to start kicking in now. What we haven't done is letting them know exactly who got it changed. That's the part. That's what's happening. If you look at the consumer confidence measures, they're way up. Look at across the board. Everybody's doing better, and they believe it. They know it.
Everybody's doing better. They believe it. They know it. He talking about me? He talking about us? Because that's news to me. That's news to me. That's all I'm saying. This man said, everybody's doing better. They know it.
and they're just beginning to sink in.
Said you think that these are.
That's that constipation look. That's I'm holding it in barely. That's that soon as you stop asking stuff, I'm gonna sprint to the bathroom and take a dookie. That's that look right there. That's that full-blown constipation of the brain. Yeah, he got constipation of the brain.
Are a terrorist group. I'm wondering how soon are you willing to designate them as such?
It's irrelevant whether they're designated. We've put together a group of nations that are going to say that if they continue to act and behave as they do, we'll respond.
Oh, okay. So if it's irrelevant whether they're designated as a terrorist group, why did you undesignate them? There you go. Why take the time to undesignate them as a terrorist group? Huh? Oh, because you wanted to capitulate to them. That's what it is. See, but all of a sudden it's irrelevant to whether they're terrorists. Okay, big fat stinking liar.
I got a call one night. A woman said to me, obviously not of the same persuasion as I was politically, called me and said, "There's a dead dog on my lawn."
Oh.
And I said, "Yes, ma'am."
Joe story time.
Call the county. He said, "Yes, they're not here." And I said, "Well, I'll get them in the morning." She said, "I want it removed now. I pay your salary."
So Joe, line time? That's what this is saying. Story time is line time. Okay, but we're going to go ahead and let Joe finish his line time and see where he goes with this story.
So I went over. I picked it up. She said, "I want it out of my front yard." I put it on her doorstep.
And so,
because that's exactly what Democrats do. There you go. Here we are, we're paying their salaries, and we're saying you guys should be working for us. And all they're doing is taking one pile of poop and repositioning that poop somewhere else, moving the poop around. They're not getting rid of it. Yeah, sitting it right on. Oh, you want us to get rid of this? Please, could you get rid of that influctuation at the border? You want to get rid of it? You want us to do it? You want us? Okay, here you go. Right there on your doorstep. That's what they do. Go right out there and get it and put it right on your doorstep. You want us to get rid of crime? You want us to get rid of it? Okay. All right. Go up in there and rob everything you see, guys. Go ahead. Long as it's under $900. Yeah. You want us to get rid of inflation? Raise taxes on them. Lay that mess right on their doorstep. That's exactly what they're doing. So that right there was a good story, Joe. That summed up his whole presidency and the whole Democrat Party. So now let's go back and see what Mika and Joe got to say about that.
the confusion just continues.
There's just really no comparison.
You're right about that. You are right about that. Speaking of no comparison, look at this, guys. Black Gay Drop has to say something about Joe's policies, I think, on immigration. Let's see.
What is happening at the border is something that's been happening for decades, and we need to address it.
Yeah, there you go. What's been happening at that border, just breaking absolute records. And we ain't never seen anything like this. Just been happening for decades. Not at this level. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. Yeah. Consecutive months where we're just breaking record after record after record after record after record. We're dropping nothing but hits. Nothing but albums. Going platinum, triple platinum. That's how many people are coming. Platinum, gold, triple platinum. All the time with Joe. So, and not good records. Those aren't the ones that you like. These aren't the Elvis, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston records. No, these are Creepy, Sleepy, and the band. We don't want them type of records. Let's continue.
That's not my problem.
It's not my problem. Oh, yeah. Of course, he's going to kick that out to the Republicans. Yeah, they're not doing stuff. They're not giving me more money to continue breaking the border and bringing in more illegals. Yeah, we need more money so we can finish bringing all of this stuff to your doorstep. Okay? Asking me to move stuff and talking about you pay my salary. Here's something for you, you dirty Americans. More immigrants in your neighborhood. Take that and shut up, boy. Let's continue.
Republicans officials should hope for. They should hope for that we continue the economic progress that this president has made.
What? So Republicans should hope for we continue to destroy the economy that this president has caused to collapse. That's what you're saying, Black Gay Drop? But hey, thank goodness they sent out Bad Body Nadler to clear all of this up. Y'all ready for Adam and Costello all rolled up in one right there? Y'all ready for the penguin to come out? Y'all ready for him to tell us how beneficial it is to bring in all these illegal immigrants? Because what would we do without them? What would we do without them?
And we need immigrants in this country. Forget the fact that the farm that our vegetables would rot in the ground if they weren't being picked by many immigrants, many illegal immigrants.
No, you shouldn't be saying that, Jerry. I bet you I know all the Democrats. Dang on it. The jig is up. That's how they feel about immigrants. That we need these immigrants to pick all of our I mean, who's going to pick the fruits? Who's going to pick the fruits and give me shoe shines? Like my shoes shine, and do my toilet bowls and clean my house and wash my dishes and stuff. I mean, how am I gonna wipe my feet on the carpet? No, I'm not gonna dirty up my carpet. I need an immigrant to lay right there so I can just go ahead and wipe my feet on one of them. He might as well just went straight up slave mode. Unreal, these Democrats, man. The arrogance that they have, and they don't even catch it. Here they are talking about the American dream. So you think that's the American dream for all these immigrants? Everybody should be able to come over here and have the American dream. Picking cotton, picking fruit, cleaning swimming pools and toilets. There you go. All of them should have the American dream. So hypocritical, and their racism leaks out all over the place. And Big Bad Body Dadler didn't even catch it. Didn't even catch it. That's right. So I need them to pick my nose and to feed me nothing but slices of ham and cheese. I need that stuff. How am I going to get up and walk to the refrigerator on my own? Need an immigrant 24/7 right around me. What? That's offensive? I shouldn't have said it that way. Should I have reworded it? Yeah. So there you go. That's how Democrats view illegal immigrants. That's how they view them. But look at this, guys. Here's an illegal immigrant stopped at the border, caught a man from the Middle East, and they're asking him a question. But Jared Nadler just said we need immigrants, and mucus in them be saying the border's safe, it's secure, and all of this stuff. Let's hear what this man from the Middle East said to this person.
Wait, if you are smart enough, you would know who I am. If you are really not smart enough to know who I am.
Okay, that's not good. Why is this man saying, if you're smarter enough, you would know who I am? You're really not smart enough to know who I am. Why should we know who you are? Are you a sultan? Are you a prince or something from Arabia? Why is this man saying this? That concerns me.
But soon you're gonna know who I am.
Soon you're gonna know who I am. But wait just a minute. That's not a good look. You shouldn't be saying stuff like that at the border if you from the Middle East. You shouldn't be talking reckless like that. Soon you will know who I am. That sounds like you about to make an impression. And not in a good way. Maybe he's gonna come over and start a business, start a telecom business or computer technology business and blow up and be like Elon Musk. I don't know. But it probably isn't a good look to come through saying stuff like that. You don't know who I am. Soon you will know who I am. Allah will bless me to show all you infidels who wait, I should not say it. Wait. Soon you will know who I am. My name is Abdul Akbar Muhammad. There you go. You might want to clean that up, man. But yet, this is what's coming across the border. Now, I'm hoping this dude ain't planning or saying nothing reckless, but he's arrogant to be even saying that. Here you are talking about, you should know who I am. Y'all try that one. Go ahead, cross China's border. Stop right there. You know you are not a Chinese person. Yes, I am. No, stop lying to me. I know what Chinese people look like. Okay, well, you got me there. I'm not Chinese. But you should know who I am. No, who are you? You don't know who I am? No. Well, you should know who I am. You're going to know who I am. Think that'll fly? Huh? Mother Russia? What are you doing in Mother Russia? You should know who I am. Because if you don't know, now you know. Yes, we know who you are. Man put in jail. That's who you are. You're now a man put in jail. There you go. That's what happened to me. But at our border, people arrogantly show up talking about, you don't know who I am? Shoot, you need to know. You don't know what? You about to know who I am. The goal of these people is unbelievable, man. But hey, this is the America that Joe Biden have created. The arrogance at the border. There was a time that man right there wouldn't even get close to our border. But hey, now he is over in our border talking about you should know who I am.
Very easy.
And walked away.
The entitlement.
No, believe me, I'm much better than that.
The entitlement, guys. Wow.
Court here by a 5-4 decision allowing the U.S. Border Patrol to remove razor wire that was deployed by the state of Texas at the border. This is while the legal challenge to this dispute now plays out in court, right, Joan?
That's right, and we've been waiting for this decision. This has been going on for several weeks, where the state of Texas, Governor Abbott has been blocking the Biden administration Border Patrol at the border in Texas.
So, as we watch people from all over the globe come across our border, we got the Biden administration fighting against the Abbott administration that's trying to keep our border secure. That's why Biden, Mucus, all of them should go to prison. They have forsaken their constitutional responsibility. There it is. So Abbott puts up Bob Bar and join them. Now let's cut that down. That shows their intentions. That lets us know that these people are more interested in making it very convenient. They want no resistance when it comes down to illegal immigrants coming over. They want it to be nice and comfortable. They want them to feel welcome. See, because just like when they opened those doors at the Capitol, that makes people feel like there's nothing impeding me coming in. I'm shocked that there's no barriers. I'm looking around going, well, wait a minute, now the door's open. I guess it's okay to go. Usually when people don't want somebody to enter somewhere, they keep the doors closed. They put up things to stop them or deter them. They put up something, no trespassing, no entry. They put up things like that. But what does the Biden do? Remove all that because we want them shocked when they show up that they say, what? There's nobody here? There's no police, there's no barbed wire, there's no nothing. We could just come right on in, just like that. That shows that that's what they wanted. Just like they wanted those people on January 6th to go right into the Capitol. Same concept. You remove the barriers, open up the doors, and then people look confused because they're going, okay, I guess it's okay to go in. But they get two different results. On one, they're saying, yeah, come on in because we want y'all to be converted into voters eventually and folks that will pick our fruit. See, there you go. Then at the same time, yeah, come on in because we want to entrap you and create this fake phony narrative that on J6 was the attack on the homeland and we opened up the doors and invited them in and gave them escorts and stuff and Trump was responsible for it. See, same concept, two different motivations. So now all of a sudden Abbott is doing everything he can, but we got some sorry Supreme Court justices that for some reason said, okay, fine, the Biden administration wins, so go back down there and cut down all of the razor wire. Now, I'm thinking maybe why they voted this way, and we're about to find out who dissented. But I'm thinking the only reason this could be is that the immigration system is handled by federal law, so they might be able to trump what's going on in Texas. But now Abbott's just arresting people. I hear. That's the rumor. I don't know. I got to read up on it, but I hear he's like, okay, fine. I'm just going to start arresting people. How about that?
This is a long simmering immigration battle, and it arose from lower court judges blocking the administration from taking down the razor wire. And today, by a 5-4 vote, along largely ideological lines, the Supreme Court has allowed the Biden administration to continue having access to the border and to take down that razor wire. And let me tell you about the split, Boris and Brianna. Justices Clarence Thomas, Samuel Alito, Neil Gorsuch, and Brett Kavanaugh all dissented from this order. Now,
and Amy Coney Barrett, she was the one. So, like I said, I would love to hear her reasoning behind it. Like if I had to deduce, I would think that maybe she said, well, this is a federal matter. The federal government handles immigration, so they should be able to determine that. But the federal government is also responsible for securing the darn border. See, that's what I'm saying. So if the federal government is not securing the border, then who else is going to do it? Somebody got to do it, or else we'll just be invaded. I wonder, would she still vote that way if China or North Korea or Russia just started invading us, coming across the border? And Joe Biden and them are just sitting up there doing nothing. And then all of a sudden, the states just go, well, what do you want us to do? Send all these people, all these Chinese, all of these Russians straight up to the Capitol. Y'all want to see a real insurrection? Hey, don't mess with us. We ain't got nothing to do with this. Go right on through Texas. Go right on through Arizona. Come right on through California. Take your military and go straight up to Washington and seize the Capitol. Show them what a real insurrection looks like. And I guarantee you they'll be going, somebody stop these people from coming across this border. They're on our way. No. There you go. Border's wide open. It's a federal issue. But they're not doing anything about it. So, yeah, our National Guard was told to stand down. Yeah, let them go ahead up there where you guys are located. See what happens. Yeah, they'll be ruling on something else then. Okay, all right, let's every man for himself, every state for itself. Yeah, we're going back to unreal, man, these people.
This all started in December, and since early January, the Biden administration had been urging the Supreme Court to intervene and to block the order that kept its border control agents from getting to a stretch of the border along the Rio Grande and to continue taking down this razor wire. And we know how contentious this has been, but it's also been the kind of situation that has caused a lot of injury and deaths in the middle of this controversy.
No, it hasn't. The razor wire has it. What are y'all talking like? They're bringing up somebody, a kid and a lady who died, but in the Biden administration said we couldn't get to them like y'all really wanted to. Like y'all really wanted to. They were dead, not because of the razor wire, but nonetheless, they're talking about, look, we could have gave our help, I guess, if we could have got to them, but the wire blocked us. It was in now. They didn't try to get to all of them other people who were like thrown in rivers and stuff like that, and the people who died in the back of trucks and stuff, all of that mess. So now all of a sudden they pick a case to justify why they need to get rid of all of the wire. See, and my point is this. If you are an illegal immigrant and you come up there and you see all of that wire right there and you decide, you know what, forget this mess, I'm going through it. You know what that looks like to me? A whole bunch of slinkies. Whole bunch of slinkies. So you telling me they decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to squeeze through all these slinkies. If you get your butt caught up in there, then hey, what were you doing? I mean, I might take a minute to free you when I show up. Hey, how'd you get yourself in there? I was trying to play with the slinky. Oh, okay. You thought those were slinkies, huh? I see. Okay. All right. You sure you weren't trying to come here legally? No, not at all. I like slinkies. A slinky. Everybody loves a slinky. Now, could you cut me out of these? I don't know. I don't know if I can. Yeah. See, because you shouldn't be over here playing in the slinkies. That's the whole point. You shouldn't be coming across our border legally. But nope. They cut that mess down because we don't want to slow them down.
A woman and 2 children drowned, and the Biden administration said...
They drowned by the slinkies? Is that what it is? See, so they're more focused on the slinkies that could keep these people... I'll just straight rename these things right here. In my head now, they're slinkies. I can never get that out. But my point is, they're more focused on the slinkies than the people who drown. They should be saying, hey, don't come across this river. Stop sending people across the river, okay? Don't put your kids in danger. Don't put yourself in danger. You shouldn't be coming to our country illegally. But no, they're worried about the sneakies slowing these people down and stopping them.
Said it needed access to this area and to the river for safety reasons and to
do
frankly,
what?
To carry out the Border Patrol's mission. Question.
To do what? Access to the river to what? Fish the bodies out? Because Border Patrol, right now, what they're doing is up there processing people. So the people who might be drowning is like, just a minute, I'm processing. I got about 17,000 people in front of me. Can you tread? Float. No, the buoyancy. You got to lay back. You got to relax. Relax. Let the buoyancy keep you up. I'll be there in a second. Okay, what's your name again? That's what's going on. See, these people are raggedy, man. They are garbage. They don't care anything about these people. They're using these people as a means to an end. And then you have this going on in New York. So we now see what's going on down at that border. Look what's going on at New York, y'all. You think this going to get better?
Tonight over the safety and living conditions near a migrant shelter on Randall's Island.
All right, the latest incident caught by our camera involves a woman being carried away after suffering some sort of medical incident in the freezing cold.
This comes after a man was stabbed yesterday. Jessica Formoso has...
The freezing cold? Wait a minute. I thought these people were fleeing because of climate change, y'all. Wait a minute. Yeah, the climate did change. It went from nice, sunny, tropical weather down there in South America to freezing cold. I'll take the climate, the hot climate for 300. There you go. I'll stay my butt down there where it's hot, just in case I fall on hard times and I'm a homeless person. At least I'm a homeless person somewhere where it's hot. I mean, even in America, if I was to ever become homeless, I guarantee I would muster up, I beg for some money, just enough to get me a ticket to Florida or California, and I just live on the beach. Be like, man, what? No, I'm about to leave. Hold on, man. I'm just taking it in the sunset. That's all. Serve the beach clothes at that. Look, man, I know. Okay. I'm just taking it in. Come on, sit down, man. Sit down with me. Dang, y'all costs be tripping. And you think I'm homeless? No, man, I'm just dirty and smelly for nothing, baby. I'm gonna go in the bathroom here and wash my hands before I go. Go in there, wash up, sleep, take a nap, get up, fish on the beach, do something, keep it together, man. But I wouldn't be up here in New York. You think these people built for that? All bad news, man. So this is the real climate change for them. Yeah. So let's see what's going on. Because, see, when you get cold, you get mad. See, when it's summertime, everybody happy and gleeful. Now, all of a sudden, they mad. Yeah, you can't be happy out there. Come on, man. You're taking up all of the blanket. You know what? Look, man. Give me the blanket. Okay, essay. You're going to do it, man. So they're getting into fights, y'all.
It's the latest.
A police presence was visible tonight on Randall's Island, a day after a man was stabbed in the neck. Cell phone video given to us by a migrant shows the chaos. This woman had just walked in when she saw the victim screaming for help. The man was stabbed. He was screaming, saying he was stabbed in the neck by one of the security guards. She did not want to be identified, but says a group of Venezuelan men got into some type of argument that escalated into a fight.
And look at the cops. Cops standing there, the security guard standing like, oh shoot, let's watch this play out. Yeah, let's watch this play. That's in New York. So you put a whole bunch of immigrants into a crowded space with limited resources, and what do you think is going to happen? I mean, you already got fights, frustration, anger. Folks out in the cold, folks sleeping in some horrible conditions. You are breeding a criminal subdivision of our country. That's what you're about to create. You're about to create a whole mess. Long as that mess don't come down towards conservative cities and states. That's all I'm saying. Keep the mess in your cities and states. The cities and states that voted for this crap until they tap out. I don't care if the mess puts them in a position to have to break it. Because right now, they refuse, especially up in Chicago. Yeah, Mayor Brandon is being hospitalized, word on the street, because he having anxiety attacks trying to fulfill the stupid, raggedy Marxist Democrats' agenda. It got to be mentally stressful that you sitting up here every day going, my own people hate me, they see through me, I'm a sellout. That's on my conscience. I'm sitting there throwing all my citizens under the bus, getting up here lying on Abbott every single day, and it keeps getting worse. I need to go to the hospital. I can't take it no more. So he's running back and forth, I guess, to the hospital. That's the rumor. And you got the dude up there in New York. New York has a brand, but the Biden administration, what? Is this a subpoena? What? Oh, you know what? The Biden administration's fine. We'll handle it. You got all of that going on. So make them break it. Yeah, if it gets worse, if these things turn into what we're looking at right here, at some point the people will rise up and say, enough is enough. But it got to get to that point. See, right now you still got advocates up there who it hasn't spread into their area yet. Yeah, they're still going, this right here is not right. You guys need to, we need more resources for these people. I want this stuff to show up at Alexandria Court, Texas doorstep. Jerry Nadler's doorstep. When all of this chaos shows up at their doorstep, then maybe they'll say, we got us an illegal immigration problem. Hey, forget the watermelons. Forget the fruit getting picked. These people are picking my locks. So now we got to get rid of them.
Security got involved. You can see them in the video wearing the yellow vests. 18 people were arrested.
18?
They call this place the death shelter, said Angel, who arrived in New York Friday morning. He was placed here at Randall's Island, but says from the moment he walked in, people told him to watch his back. Before something happens to me, I'd rather be somewhere else. I'm going to ask to be transferred to another shelter, or if they can get me on a flight to another state.
Get me on a flight to another state. Boy, I tell you, man. This is almost hard to watch as I see how ridiculous this is. My man's like, look, man, I showed up at this joint thinking I was coming for the American dream. And they told me to watch my back. This don't seem like no dream to me. It's a nightmare. Hey, listen. Y'all got some money to get me on a flight? Hey, heck, if I want to do some traveling, man, I need to just go ahead and show up in one of these shite cities right here and start asking for flights. Muster up Kev's accent. Hola, the signore, the el scarret, for el lifo. Can you send me to El Florida O? Wait, you do put the O on the end and makes it all Spanish? No? Okay. All right, can you give me a ticket? I'd like to go to the Bahamas because I'm scared for my life. See? Yeah, I might as well give it a shot. These people are asking for tickets. Like tickets come free. But they do when it comes to the Democrat Party. Where you want to go? You want to go here? There you go. Okay, here, give this guy a ticket. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. That man is in a city and in a country illegally, and he's talking about, yeah, man, I want to go to another shelter, or maybe they can give me a ticket to go somewhere else. A plane ticket. Not even a bus ticket, a plane ticket.
Parents we spoke to say they sleep with one eye open and one eye shut, fearing they will be attacked. This stabbing comes less than 2 weeks after a 24-year-old man was stabbed to death inside this same shelter. We reached out to City Hall asking if they are aware of how unsafe some migrants feel, but we have not heard back.
What are you going to do with these people? I mean, this is a mess. A mess. I mean, I get it. If you are a law-abiding citizen, you're sleeping in there amongst a whole bunch of folks with different backgrounds, all broke, all angry, all looking at ways to survive. I mean, you gotta, if you got anything on you of value, now you sleeping like, man, I gotta make sure, almost would prefer to go sleep outside. Cause you might wake up, somebody got a knife to your throat, like, hey man, give me your money, give me this, give me that. Because they now like have a little society within a society. And that's a problem. And they're increasing this sub-society as they bring in more illegal immigrants. So when they become so big, they're going to create their own ghettos, their own little societies. When they find some housing or some area to finally funnel these people into, the crime at that point is going to be off the chain. They're going to learn the system, figure it out after a while. Like, wow, we basically can run our own little society right here. This is on. You think all those people, once they do that, once they settle in and put them somewhere, you think they're going to be talking about, now let's give up, controlling this society and victimizing our own people who they all shuffled in. Let's give that up and go pick some fruit. Let's give that up and go clean Jerry Nadler's toilets.
As we were out here reporting on the stabbings, our camera caught the moment a migrant woman suffered a medical emergency. She was unconscious, just kept having seizures, said this migrant who came to her aid but did not want to be identified. The young woman, who they call Dani, has been living in one of these tents steps away from the city's makeshift shelter for...
Could it be hypothermia? I mean, you see the snow equals cold, okay? Yeah. And those aren't sprinkles on top of these tents. So they've been sleeping out in tents. And now the woman having seizures. Man, the Biden administration needs to be stomped. Stomped. I mean, I'm talking stomped. Both feet. Stomped. The high knees. Bring the knees up to the chest. That's how high when you stomp up. They just knees up here. They're garbage. But they care about people. They care about them. Yeah, we need to get to them down there to cut down the slinkies and all this stuff. You need to get to these people right here who's out there in tents in the winter having seizures. God knows what happened to her.
For weeks, according to those who live with her, they say she was complaining of the cold moments prior to suffering the seizure. And we still don't know the condition of that young lady who suffered that medical emergency. All we know is that she was taken to a local hospital. At Randall's Island, I'm Jessica Formoso, Fox 5 News.
Thanks, Biden. That's what we get. That's what we get out of them. But hey, guys, you know, what happens when the Democrats are in trouble? When all of their policies suck, what do? They come out and do a little race baiting. They do a little race baiting. So now for a second there, they was just loving Nikki Haley, supporting her. But Nikki Haley kept flip-flopping about race. Yeah, she wanted to do a little race baiting too. She wanted to double dutch in and out of identity politics. You know, conservative 1 minute, liberal the next. Business up top, party down low. So here she is, up here race baiting, and then one of the Democrats come out and trump her when it comes down to the race baiting. Now, wait a minute, honey. We the race baiters on this platform. You understand that? You ain't gonna come out here race baiting over us. We the original race baiters. So listen to this lady right here talk about her own personal racist situation, and that Nikki Haley, even though Nikki Haley tried to do a little race baiting, she don't know what she's doing. She ain't a professional race baiter like this lady.
These are not little kinks, first of all. Racism, institutional racism, is in the DNA of this country.
Then get out. There you go. Get out. That's my only message for this chick. It's in the DNA of this country. Get your tail out. That's the solution. For every person in the United States that thinks that it's in the DNA, it's in the bone, then get out of the body. That's what I'm saying. See? So if it's in the DNA, leave the body. United States look at it as one body. Leave the body, go to another body and see if it clears up. If their DNA is pure. There it is. So here she is in the DNA of this country.
When you look at what has taken place, look at our Native Americans, the genocide of Native Americans.
Going back there. Going all the way back there. Taking us back to genocide of the Native Americans and the DNA, and it's in the fabric of her. You are a congresswoman up here trying to lecture us about racism being in the DNA of this country. So here she is up there on this show with Caitlin Collins sitting there looking like a big fat stinking deer in headlights, letting her race bait all over the screen. But here she's talking about, look at the Native Americans. How about you go a little further back before the white man came and talk about the genocide of Native Americans on other Native Americans? Yeah, how about that? You don't want to talk about that though, right? How about those black slaves that, unfortunately was owned by other black folks or sold into slavery by black folks? But it's in the DNA of our country.
Because when you look at what is taking place as it relates to African Americans, the 250 years plus of enslaving African Americans.
And that is relevant how today? These are questions these dummies, they don't need to answer because, see, they just got free reign to get on these networks and vomit this garbage up. You look at the African Americans today. So we ain't made no progress. There's no hope for us. There it is. We are to continue walking around with our heads hung down singing old Negro spirituals. Soon I will be. Nope, you won't. Not if it's up to the Democrats. I'll never be done with the troubles of this world. You'll never be done with the troubles of the world as long as these Democrats need racism to be a device that they use for politics. You'll never be done with the troubles of this world. So stop singing those old spiritual Negro songs. Forget that mess. Just stop voting for these stupid people.
And then you look at the disparities now in our community in terms of health care.
Democrat ran cities and stuff like that? That's what I want to know. Huh? When you look at the big disparities, you usually find big clumps and groups of people confined to a certain demographic in an area. And most of those areas are usually ran by Democrats. By Democrats. But you talk about the disparities. Because oftentimes when people start advancing intellectually, economically, educationally, they usually get out of those conditions. They usually get out of those conditions and leave the rest of them behind for the Democrats to go ahead and tell your victims and your victims of racism and slavery too. Slavery. And you're still suffering from that, baby.
Unemployment, the wealth gap, housing. You can't tell me that systemic racism does not exist. It's not just a little pink.
And that's all because of racism. So how in the world is that applicable to Democrat major ran cities by black folks and white liberals who have tons and tons of black people that fit what she just described? Aren't they able to make decisions to just give them all the stuff they need and clear up all those disparities? Who's blocking? Who's blocking all of that? Are there white, racist, Democrat liberals blocking all of that and keeping these disparities going? Because surely it ain't Republicans. They're not running their cities. See, nobody challenges her intellectually. They let her get up here and vomit this garbage out. And me as a black man, I will be the greatest challenge to this narrative. See, because even if a white person was to say, that's bullcrap. Well, you're saying it because you're white privilege. Stick me out there on her tail and see what happened. I'll let her have it. Old Florida Evans afro wearing.
Secondly, you have personal racism, which is hard to address.
Here we go. Personal racism. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this garbage? If y'all didn't see this clip, get ready for this garbage. Here she comes, y'all. Personal racism. See, this is that racism you can't qualify, you can't really, see and tell because there's no real person to witness it. This is just stuff that I make up in my head and then just tell y'all that I'm a victim of, okay? And you decide, gotta trust me and believe me. That's what this racism is. So y'all ready for her personal racism story right here?
But I'll give you one little story that shows you why we need to understand it. I don't think she really understands racism. I was walking from the House building on Capitol Hill to the Capitol, and a white guy, stopped me and told me I could not get into the members' elevator. And, we have pens. And
a white guy, stopped me. Random man. Was he insurrectionist? Was he just walking around the building somewhere like, look, I'm trying to get to the upper level. I don't know. Hey, wait, where are you going? Where are you going, lady? Well, I'm about to go upstairs. And no. Where's your pass at? Huh? Okay. That's what happened. That's right. Somebody said BS. I smell shite. Yeah. So a white man just stopped her.
And I was going to vote. And he blocked me from getting into the elevator.
Because you're black, right? Wait a minute. No blacks allowed. No blacks allowed. I smell a Jesse Smollett. Brewing up right there. So no, I'm stopping you because you're black. Now, she ain't telling us why this man stopped her, who this man was, where it took place, why it took place, what time it took place, what's his badge number, who is he? Let's continue.
He told me I was not a member of Congress and it was for members only. I said, sir.
Oh, okay. Told me I'm not a member of Congress, and he said members only. Could it be that at first you didn't have anything showing or something like that? And he just stopped you because he's going, wait a minute. This is for, Congress members only. And then what happens?
I'm a member of Congress, and I showed him my pen.
Oh, then you showed him your pen. Okay. And then what happened?
And he said, whose pen did you steal?
Now, no context. Then what happened? So he said, whose pen did you steal? Did he say it like this? Man, whose pen you steal? Anyway, go on, girl. You so crazy. Or did he say, whose pen did you steal? Ain't no way you had one of those. How you get up in Congress as being a black woman? Did he say it like that? Or did he even say it at all? See, because if you are suggesting that he stopped you and said you shouldn't be allowed to go in there just because you are black, I guess that's what the inference is. And then sarcastically said, "Whose pen did you steal?" Then what
Now,
happened?
this is an example of what personal racism.
This is that racism that black people default to and come up with this all in their head. Man, I was on the job, had my shoes off, feet under the desk, socks smelling, doing my nails, picking my afro, sitting there talking on my cell phone after coming in late from lunch. And my boss said, hey, get it together. What are you doing? He said that to the white folks. Well, what were the white folks doing? Working. And they had their shoes on. And they weren't picking their hair. What, could it be that you were acting up on the job and was picking your hair and had your shoes up? Well, you know what? He wouldn't. Stuff like that. Man, they pulled me over. For what? Speeding? Were you speeding? Yeah, but I mean, as soon as you say that, I'm like, so stop talking to me about this. But that's because I'm black. So now here she is talking about I got stopped at the elevator. Now, do you really believe this? Do you think that this race-baiting woman was stopped and disrespected as a congresswoman and let it go? If I was a black person, I'd be like, what did you do? Well, I just got on the elevator and went up and voted. You're a sellout. You soft. I would be letting her have it. I'm like, you gonna let that man disrespect you like that and didn't do nothing? What kind of soul sister are you? Dang on it. Dude gonna straight up talk about something. How'd you get that pen? And you just, yes, boss. Yes, I'm just gonna go up and finish. Because you know, if this would have happened, she would have got off that elevator with a bullhorn. I just got assaulted by racism, y'all. Shut down the whole building. Racism's on the loose. They would have folks coming in, the racist police, searching for it. Dang on it, eyes around here somewhere. They would have shut that whole building down. So, yeah, she just took it, I guess, and kept on about her business. That's individualist. And watch what Caitlin Collins, with that stupid look and crooked nose, got to say about this.
And how people of color constantly have to deal with this each and every day. But systemic racism is in the policies of this country. And just look at what they're...
In the policies of the country, like what? Give me examples. I mean, you make policies. So are you part of that systemic racism? How'd you even get in there? How'd you get in there as a black woman?
They're trying to do in terms of eliminating diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Eliminating diversity, equity, inclusion. Won't give a description of what that is. Because we all know what that garbage is. It's reverse racism. Yeah, it's basically moving us in the path of socialism. But that's because they're eliminating diversity, equity, and inclusion.
They're trying to not allow for an equal and level playing field.
Total opposite. Trying to make sure that the playing field is equal and level. But here she is trying not to allow for an equal and level playing field.
And so it's a very dangerous position that she has. She's clueless.
She's clueless. Watch
it. That's a shame, and I'm sorry that you had to deal with that, Congresswoman. Thank you for sharing that with us.
There it is. No follow-up questions. That's a shame that you had to deal with that, Congresswoman. Thank you for sharing that with us, because that's what I brought you on to do, is race bait. Excuse me, Congresswoman, what happened to the racist white man who told you couldn't get on the elevator and go up to vote? What was his name? Did you get his badge number? Because he couldn't have just been a regular person. Does he still work there? There's a plethora of questions anybody with intellect would ask this woman, but they let her slide like Jussie Smollett. So now let's get to Nikki, because see, Nikki, she said, you know what? I'm not going to be outdone by these Democrats. I'm going to do a little race baiting myself, because right now I'm in a little bit of a pickle. Listen to darling Nikki. Oh, full identity politics.
Moms and dads held their heads up high.
Oh.
Children learned that it was always. It's a great day in South Carolina.
Great day in South Carolina.
It's a great day.
Great day.
A great day in South Carolina.
Great day.
We were the only Indian family
Uh-oh.
in our small southern town.
That went south real quick.
I was teased every day.
Every day?
For being brown.
I'm going down because I am brown. I'm going down, baby. My whole world's upside down because Nikki's brown. Every day you was teased? You telling me the kids would say, get back, here she come. Here she come, y'all. Shh. Brown girl. Yeah, man, here you go. Oh man, so she's the brown girl, y'all. So they tease her because she's brown. Yeah, brown Nikki. Now, see, I'm a little concerned because she don't look very brown. She looks to me like right now, maybe she changed it up, but she looks white. She looks white. But she said she was teased every day.
So anyone that wants to question it can go back and look at what I've said on how hard it was to grow up in the Deep South.
Oh, hard. Growing up in the Deep South. Now, I don't know how old Nikki Haley is. I really don't. I know South Carolina is where my people come from. She can't be 20, 30 years older than me. So, I mean, we went down to South Carolina when I was a kid. I made it back safely. There you go. No white folks chasing me around. Now, unless she grew up in 1902, somewhere around there, 1920, I'm thinking, what are you talking about? I mean, and you're telling me, though, you were attacked and teased every day growing up in the Deep South.
As a brown girl, anybody can look at my record and see when Walter Scott was shot down by a dirty cop.
Full identity
how I made
politics.
sure that the Walter Scott family didn't suffer because we put the first body camera bill in the country in place.
There you go. Solve that suffering just like that. All right, now listen up. You put some body cams on you. Does that ease the pain? Does that ease the pain? Okay, good. We made them wear body cams, okay? They didn't suffer. Once she made sure they put body cameras on these cops. Simple solution. Don't you wish that every person that was a victim of a random, either incidental or just stupid shooting by a cop, don't you wish that's how they would solve all those problems? By just making them wear body cams. Making them wear body cams. So now here she is playing the victim card because she was a brown little girl. She reminds me of Kamala Harris. And all of her funny little stories about growing up and, you know, we were this and that and all of that. I couldn't play with the little white kids.
If you want to know what it was like growing up, I was disqualified from a beauty pageant because I wasn't white or black.
Disqualified. And I'm sure they told you that, little brown Nikki. Oh, wait a minute. We don't know where to put you. Okay, so you're not quite brown. You're not quite white. Do we have a off brownish category? Do we have a mulatto category? No? Okay. What about a salt and pepper category? The mixture, the salt and pepper. No salt and pepper mix? Shoot. Okay. I'm sorry, little girl. You're going to have to go home because you're not black or white. Scram! Or could it be you just didn't make the cuts? That's the question. See, but now all of a sudden they didn't know where to put me.
Because they didn't know where to put me.
I think I can smell shite.
Me too.
So look, I know the hardships, the pain that come with racism.
Yes, I can definitely smell shite.
Railroad tracks divided the town by race. I was the proud daughter of Indian immigrants.
Oh.
Not black, not white.
But wait a minute. Then you shouldn't have no place. Because just a minute ago we heard that you got disqualified in that little pageant brown Nikki. Slightly brown Nikki, I guess. The potentially brown Nikki. This light shade of brown Nikki. I don't know what to call you. I don't know what to call you now. But nonetheless, here you're talking about now in your ad, you weren't brown, you wasn't black, rather, you wasn't white, you were something else. So what? You're a new breed? Identity politics. But see, here it is. Now she's countering her argument that she just made about being attacked every day. Listen to this.
I was different.
I was different.
But my mom would always say your job is not to focus on the differences, but the similarities.
As she focuses on the differences. As she leads in with the differences.
And my parents reminded me and my siblings every day how blessed we were to live in America. Some look at our past as evidence that America's founding principles are bad.
But wait, you just trashed South Carolina. Just trashed it. Growing up in the Deep South. Man, I was teased every day. They're kicking me out of beauty pageants and everything. Kids probably traced me down that train track all the time. Get the brown girl, y'all, get the brown girl. But yet she's not brown. She's not brown either. She's in between. She don't know what she is. But then again, she was teased because she was brown, but now she's not black. Y'all don't know what you are. Nobody knows what Nikki is. Darling Nikki. Nasty Nikki, that's what she is. That's what you are. So let's continue.
They say the promise of freedom is just made up. Some think our ideas are not just wrong, but racist and evil. Nothing could be further from the truth.
I told Fred and Cindy, speak up, get loud, make sure I will help you. Let's partner. We're going to call North Korea out. I passed the largest set of sanctions against them in a generation by pushing China and Russia to do it. But what did Trump do? Instead, he talked about love letters going back and forth to Kim Jong-un. Cindy would contact me. She was so upset. And he went and said, oh, but Kim said that he wasn't aware of any torture that happened to Otto. All you had to do was look at Otto when he was returned back to his parents.
You better pump your brakes, kid. That man's a national treasure. So now, you see Nikki? She last-ditch efforts of trying to stay relevant, trying to pull off an upset, got the nerve to go flip-flopping back and forth when it comes down to being brown / not brown, not knowing what you are, white nationalism was chasing me, but yet South America's a great place. I love it, but it was deep South racism, all of that. All over the place. If this woman gets anywhere close to the White House, man, we're done. But nonetheless, now she's going off on Trump about Otto. You mean the same Otto that would have never made it back home without Trump? I'm just wondering.
I remember at the United Nations, I had to sit him down and tell him to stop this bromance with Putin.
Do you really think that happened? Just like, do you really think they told little Nikki she couldn't be in the pageant because she's not black or white? We don't know what you are. We're going to put you in the I don't know what you are category. All right, this year's winner of the I don't know what you are pageant is Nikki Haley. Unbelievable. But here she is talking about, she set Trump down. Now listen here, Trump. You better stop with your bromance. Do you think that really happened? Absolutely not.
I mean, you can't have someone who's trying to buddy up with dictators that want to kill us.
Trump.
She is the see that's why even if she drops out, I wouldn't even want her endorsement because she's nasty. She's now Nasty Nikki. I knew a girl named Nikki. I guess you could say she was a lion queen. I met her in a stupid primary. So here she is now, lying. Coozing up with a dictator. Do you really think that's what Trump did? Out of all of those crazy dictators, they all respected Trump. And here she's talking about cozy. She's repeating the stinking, dirty, nasty talking points of the left, just like she adopted their identity politics. She's not a Republican. She's a flip-flopping neocon, rhino, uniparty prostitute. There you go.
Sharpened his attacks against Haley, even resorting to calling her by her first name.
No.
Nimrata.
Nimrod, you mean? Oh, I'm sorry. Nimrata. Okay. So, calling her by her real name, y'all. Trump is launching attacks. So what could that mean? What is Trump's motivation for doing this? Y'all ready for this, guys? Because he called her by her real name instead of Nasty Nikki. She's Nimrata.
An attack meant to be a racist dog whistle.
Well, look at that! CNN. You calling Nikki by Nimrata is an attack meant to be a racist dog whistle because I know Trump's heart. That's what that was meant to be. He called her Nimrata because that was him going to all of the white nationals. Nimrud? Nincompoop? Look here, man. We don't know no Nimrod, the Hemrods. We don't know what that is, man. We just heard the dog whistle. It went from Nikki, because when we heard Nikki, we were saying that sounded like a nice white girl we can vote for. But then we heard her name was Nimrata. We said, no, man, I don't know no white folk named Nimrata. There it is. That's what Trump did. You're telling me Trump mentioned Nimrata all because it was a racist dog whistle. CNN is the worst, along with MSNBC.
Against his rival.
Donald Trump is using her given name, Nimrata, as a way of making her an other.
Here's who.
Wow. They will use anything. They will try everything they can, man. So now, earlier in my show, we heard them whining about Trump making gaffes. He's blew out his mind and shot. There's no comparison between him and Joe Biden. Look, he called Nikki. He mixed Nikki and Nasty up. But they're both nasty. We got Nasty Nikki and we got Nasty Pelosi. Nasty Nancy and Nasty Nikki. So I don't see what the problem is, okay? He should have just called him Nasty. But here now, he calls him Nimrata, and, Trump's using that name because it's a racist dog whistle. However, when they wanted to go ahead and focus on Ron DeSantis' last name, it was okay.
Ron DeSantis, who doesn't even pronounce he doesn't know how to pronounce his name. It's either DeSantis or DeSantis, depending on whether his wife is telling him what it is.
Who knew the long versus short version of a vowel could cause all this political calamity?
Yeah.
But the governor seemed unfazed when asked what the final word was on how to pronounce his name.
Why are y'all even asking him that? It's personal. You know, who cares if it's DeSantis, DeSantis, Dumb Santis? Who cares? But yet when Trump mentions Nimrata, oh, it's a dog whistle. But y'all want to get to the bottom of Ron DeSantis' pronunciation of his name.
Is trivial, but it's getting more strange by the moment. Which is it? Well, like we said, we want to call him whatever he'd like to be called, but he won't even say it when asked directly about it.
We've got a long last name, European name, Steinhauser. There's been some confusion over your last name and the pronunciation, and I'm just wondering, to correct the record, what is it?
Oh, this is ridiculous, these stupid things. Listen, the way to pronounce my last name, Winner.
You could put
Lose the hair. Now, we're going to close out the show. Since now we done found out that Trump is racist and he's using Nimrata as a dog whistle, as Nikki flip-flops back and forth all over the place. We done found out our borders broken, blew out completely, all that mess. We done found out Trump is losing his mind. Now we're going to close with how the Democrats really feel about Americans, especially conservatives. Y'all remember this stuff? Y'all remember this?
half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables.
That ain't funny.
Right? They're racist, sexist, homophobic,
I ain't no racist,
xenophobic,
sexist.
Islamophobic,
None of that.
you name it.
You name it. Y'all remember that? Can you believe the arrogance? We're going to see how that's coming back to bite all of them on the butt. Y'all remember that? Yeah, Hillary joking and laughing about all of us. Racist, homophobic, xenophobic. Yeah, all of that.
Republicans look at America and see carnage and darkness and despair. They spread fear and lies. Lies told for profit and power. MAGA Republicans have made their choice. They embrace anger. They thrive on chaos. They live not in the light of truth, but in the shadow of lies. Trump and the extreme MAGA Republicans quote a clear and present danger to our democracy.
Wow. These are all harsh words. Harsh words. So we have been called extremists, danger to democracy, spreading fear and lies, hate, and we're deplorables, we're racists, we're xenophobes, we're homophobes. Sound kind of like what Justin Trudeau was calling all the people who disagreed with him up in Canada. Yeah, there you go. That's how Hillary, that's how Biden and the rest of the Democrat Party views American citizens. Yeah, we're garbage pretty much. We're a pain in their butt.
No matter what the white supremacists and the extremists say, I made a bet on you, the American people, and that bet is paying off.
Is it? Let's see.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Well, look at that. Look how it's paying off. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Trump, Trump, everybody think Trump, Trump. They having a Trump party. USA. Look at that out there. Yeah. Air guitar. Look at all them people. All them deplorables. Y'all see all of those xenophobes and homophobes and all the other phobophobes and stuff all over the place. Look at them lined up out there.
Would anybody like me to run for president?
Darn right.
Excuse me, we can only re-elect Donald Trump.
Bingo. Thank you, Creepy. That probably is the only truth you've ever said. We can only re-elect Donald Trump. There you go. That's a Freudian slip that happened to be true. So, yep, that's what they're getting now. They're reaping the benefits of them demonizing and labeling all of these people in America who simply want the country back. They want better policies. They want to make sure that we have the best opportunity to pursue the real American dream that the Democrats is trying to take away from us, and then also lying to these illegal immigrants that they're offering it to them. So they're taking it away from us, but lying to the illegal immigrants that they're giving it to them. And now you got them sleeping out in the cold, having seizures, and fighting and stabbing each other in the neck. We got America that is in complete chaos. Complete chaos, man. And yet you got the fake news running around whining about Trump mixing up Nasty Nikki and Nasty Nancy. You got them running around talking about he used Nasty Nikki's real name, therefore that's a dog whistle. It's a racist dog whistle, and all of that stuff. They're just saying whatever we can. We're gonna throw any slop on the wall, and hopefully something will stick. Because right now, all of those people lining up out there, all of those people out there going Trump, Trump is a problem for them. All those deplorables, those xenophobes, homophobes, xenophobes, whatever, transphobes, all of them out there is going to be the dagger in their heart. Prayerfully, hopefully. So we'll see. And I want to be on the tip of that. I want to be on the tip of that dagger. All right, send me in first. I want to be the first to vote. There you go. Put me right on the tip of the spear. So God bless y'all. God bless America. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Now, don't forget, text MAGA to 330-9744607. Okay. What else? Let me think. Subscribe to my alternative channel. Yep, it's right here. You can do that. Kevin's Corner. Not Kevin's Corner, rather. It's called Stop and Think About It. You can subscribe to that channel. And also follow me on Rumble. And I don't know how many hours we got left with the... You got to do it right away. If you're going to, contribute to the monthly fundraiser, you probably got to do it right after we get off of here. And I have been uploading some clips, some past clips from our live streams. So please check those out. I uploaded one last night, and I'll probably be uploading one or two tonight. And we will be back tomorrow, man, to finish cracking skulls when it comes down to these fake behind, rotten, stinking Democrats running around our country. All right? So hold it down until tomorrow. God bless y'all. Let's bounce. Somebody over there knocked out, man. All city. Yeah. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. Take care. Somebody said, where's Gizmo? Sitting there yawning, looking at me. Take care.